Right, Shalom. The Hebrew Israelite here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, to speak about the upliftment of the Most High's chosen people, which are the Israelites, according to the Bible, which today would be called the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, we are the children of the scriptures that the scriptures speak about, that left out of Egypt with Moses, man. And in these latter days, the Most High is raising us back up to remember ourselves, man, to know who we are according to the scriptures, okay? So the mass majority of the Israelites, they won't get this and will be destroyed, but the elect will understand this and be healed and be converted, man. All right? Let's start this off. This is Amos 9:13. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them." All right, so in that day, the Most High is going to bring back the captivity of Israel, okay, which means the Most High is going to take the Israelites out of captivity and put them in the land of Israel, okay? And that's how we know those people over there right now calling themselves Israelites are not Israelites, because the Most High said he was going to take them directly out of captivity. They were never in captivity, man. They were not in captivity. You see? Excuse me. They were not in captivity. We were in captivity. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And it says, "And I will plant them upon their land," which is the land of Israel, "and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord thy power," man. All right, and when we're put in that land, we're not going to be taken out of that land, okay? And we're not going to have to fight somebody for a certain amount of years to get completely out of the land. We're not going to have to do that. We're not going to have wars and sign treaties with other nations that will only take a certain part of the land and start stealing, more and more parts of the land as the years go by. No, we're going to take all of the land in one shot, okay? Because the other nations are going to see that power that's going to come with Yahushua. They're not going to buck up against that power. The scripture says that if any nation were to buck up against us, all right, and will not come and serve our nation, all right, or to keep the high holy days, then guess what? They wouldn't get rain. So that's what's going to happen to all these other nations if they don't do so, man. Okay, they're not going to receive that rain. They're not going to receive what they need in order to grow as a nation, in order to survive as a nation. So automatically, they're just gonna submit to the power of the nation of Israel, man. Okay, because the Most High is going to give us power, man. See? Revelations 2:25, it says, "But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations." All right, so the Most High is going to give the elect power over these other nations, which shows you all these other nations are not going to be on the same level as us. You see what I'm saying? Only the elect is going to get the first dibs on that, but that also shows you that the rest of these heathen are not going to be on the same level. They're going to be in a level of servitude in the kingdom. It says, "And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father." All right, so they're going to be broken. They're going to be broken, man. We're not going to treat these other nations nicely. They're going to get broken, man. All right, "And I will give him the morning star. He that hath an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches." Okay. So vocab doesn't want to accept that fact. Vocab doesn't want to accept the fact that these other nations are not going to be on the same level as Israel, and that they're going to be in a level. He doesn't want to accept that. But the fact of the matter is that all nations will not be on the same level as Israel. Okay, and the level they're going to be on is going to be a level of servitude. All right. You see, and the nation of Edom is going to be on the lowest level of that. You see, they're going to get the worst. They're going to get the brunt. Just like Israel right now, we're at the bottom. You know, the nation not desired, as the scripture says. Well, Esau is going to be that nation not desired. All those things that came upon us is going to go on Esau double, man. All right, the disdain that these other nations have for us right now is going to be the disdain that they have for Esau times 2. You see? The disdain that they have for us now, they're going to have that for Esau times 2. You see? So just imagine that, brothers. All right? Just imagine that. So I don't see why vocab thinks that in the kingdom everything's going to be everyone's going to be one, when the scriptures doesn't say that. And when it does speak about other nations cleaving and all that, it's really speaking about Israelites that look like other nations, or the Israelites that are scattered amongst other nations, or that are living like other nations. You see? Let me get a Deuteronomy 30:7. Deuteronomy 30:7, it says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee," man. And that's speaking of who? That's speaking of Esau. Okay, so all those curses from Deuteronomy 28, that's going to hit Esau and really all these other nations as well. Not just Esau. Excuse me, it's going to hit all these other nations as well. Okay, because Esau's not the only nation that hates the nation of Israel. All right? He just hates the nation of Israel the most. And that's why he's going to get the worst judgment. Right? That's why he's going to get the worst judgment. At the end of the day, man, we went through it, so you're going to have to go through it. That's how simple it is, man. If the Most High did that to his beloved, the apple of his eye, as it says in Zechariah 2:8, what do you think the end is for you, man? What do you think is going to happen to you, man? All right? You have to feel that pain. You got to feel that. You have to get that recompense, man. You can't just put your hand, like if you have somebody, right, that, you know, that raised his son, he loves his son very much, you know, he loves his son, he always talks about his son, and then you go ahead and you go and you know, beat him over the head with a bat. Now he's in a coma. You know what I'm saying? He's in the hospital in a coma. When you see that father, do you think that father is looking to shake your hand? You think he's looking to give you love, man? No, he's looking to see, he wants to see you put in the ground, man. That's the bottom line. You see what I'm saying to you? And that's where the Most High is with you Edomites. All right. The Most High wants to see you put down. He wants to see judgment come upon you, man. All right, for your pride and your wickedness, man, against His people, man. It's really that simple. It's that simple. That analogy I broke down, it's really that simple, man. You think about that, But no, Esau wants to be able to do that, be able to hit the kid over the head with a bat, right, and have him in a brain dead in the hospital, and he wants the father to forgive and forget, man. He wants the father to just love. But what love did you Edomites ever show, man? That's the question. Where did you Edomites ever show love, man? You Edomites ain't never showed no love. And that's why the scripture says there will be no mercy to them that show no mercy, man. Revelation 13 and verse 9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. So the saints are patiently waiting for those who put them in captivity to go into captivity, man. You see? So the spirit that those that are both of John's brother was in, right? That's not the spirit to be in. That's not a righteous spirit. Okay? Really, that's the spirit of a coon, man. All right? That's the spirit of someone who loves the wicked, man. All right? That's really a very wicked spirit to be in, man. The wicked, they're supposed to get judgment. When Abel got killed, right, by Cain, did Abel have the spirit of, oh, let me just give him a hug and let's all love and forget? No, Abel was crying out to the Most High to bring judgment. Okay? The scripture said the righteous continually ask the Most High to bring judgment, man. All right? Roughly paraphrasing. So you're in the spirit, you're in the opposite spirit, man. So you're really in the spirit of a wicked spirit. You think that's the most righteous spirit you can be in, but that's really a wicked spirit, man. All right? You think that loving an Edomite is a good thing? That's not a good thing, man. First of all, the Edomites, they hate the Most High. Okay? And what did King David say? He said, don't I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? All right? So we're supposed to hate these devils, man. We're supposed to be, trying to love them. All right? The church, they always speak about King David, but they don't have the attitude of King David. King David had a attitude of vengeance upon his enemies, man. He had the Edomites in hardcore slavery, man. He had them Edomites in hardcore slavery, man. He put an Edomite to death for saying that he put salt to death. All right, the Edomite thought he was gonna gain favor. All right, he's like, oh, listen, oh yeah, you know what? I put him to death because he asked me to step on his sword and I did it. Thinking he was gonna get favor, trying to slither his way in, and David put his ass to death, man. All right. This is Psalms 83 and verse 1. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O Most High, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult against." Make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Okay, right? But what is King David saying? He's saying, Asaph, excuse me. This is Asaph, right? He's saying, and Asaph and King David had the same mind. All right, that's why they're both in the Psalms. They were in agreement, and he said what that hold not thy peace, which means what? Bring judgment, man. Don't just sweep it under the rug. Bring judgment on your enemies that hate thee. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebel and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Assur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. So he's saying to put them to death, man. Okay? That's what Asaph's saying. That's the attitude Asaph had. Okay? But a lot of you jakes, you're out there trying to trim your way to seek love. And that's why you act the way you act. That's why everyone could say, any jake that's in the right state of mind, he could say Israelites, they act different around these dudes, man. All right? They switch up the way they talk, the tone of voice and all that shit. Okay? Because that's you trimming your way to seek love, which means you're going another way in order to be accepted by somebody else, specifically these Edomites. Okay? But that's not gonna get you anywhere, man. All right? You do that for a job interview, that's one thing, man. You know, you do that for a job interview, that's one thing. To get further in your job, that's one thing. But that's how you live your life. Nah, man, you're bugging, man. All right, you are bugging. Okay. You know, say, oh yeah, I like my steak rare. No, okay, that's now you're just going way. Now you're going way left. But you have jakes that'll do that. If you have jakes that talking about medium rare, but then they'll get it medium rare. They're only saying that because Esau gets it like that. And then they look at it like, wait a minute, it's not cooked enough. You know, that's part of them trimming their weight, man. You see. You know, but instead of following the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, who actually does have your best interest at hand, you know, and doing the best, doing the law to the best of your ability, okay, which is really, that's life right there. You see, following Esau, Edom, that's death. Okay, well you know the people you have to ask is Moab, man. Look at China, man. All right, that's a result of following after the Edomites, man. That's all they're doing, because Moab going back 100 years, they weren't doing the shit they're doing now with the GMO foods and all that madness. They're following after Edom, all right? They were always eating abominations and all that, but they weren't. Hong Kong wasn't the most polluted place on the planet and all this madness, okay? It wasn't on that level. But the more they follow after the Edomites, you know, the more you end up in a place of death, a place of destruction. This is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 15. It says, see, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. All right, that's Moses speaking to the children of Israel. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it, man. All right? So you guess what? We would have been blessed if we would have kept the ways of the Most High, the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Then guess what? We would have been blessed, man. All right? And there's nothing these heathens could have done about it. They would have been mad. They would have been jealous, as usual. But there's nothing that they could do about it. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shalt be drawn away, and worship other gods, and serve them, I denounce unto you this day, that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou passest over Jordan. to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. All right? You see? That thou mayest love the Yahweh, thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. All right. So Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is our life, man. That's our lifeline. You see, the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is life. And that's why a wise man, someone who's wise, all right, is gonna try to live his life according to what the scriptures say. You know, to the best of his ability, when it comes to health, when it comes to money, when it comes to how to deal with your brother, how it comes to what to eat, you know how to deal with your family, all that. Someone who's smart and loves life is going to try to do all that to the best of his ability, and that's going into try to be perfect, man. All right, if you're trying to be perfect, you're going to try to deal with all aspects of the scriptures, man. You're not just going to deal with one aspect and we'll stick. Okay, yeah, I do this well, I do this. No, you're going to try to do all parts of the scriptures well. You see, because it all works. It's all life. This is the book of life, as it says, right?